Shefali ma'am, if you can give your introduction as from where we have left, let's start once again. So if you can introduce yourself.
Yes, I'll do that. Let me start by saying, obviously by now everybody knows my name is Shefali Chopra. And yes, I'm a storyteller. I'm a motivational speaker. I am inspiring those who want to be inspired through my stories. I am a theatre exponent. I have been doing theatre with children and with other people for past 13 to 14 years now. I love to actually transform people's lives. That's one thing I was very clear about since I was a child. And I think that's what was my calling, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm actually living my dream is what I can say. But obviously all these things don't really define me. This is just a part of me. This is not me. There is much more to me and my persona. And as the session will go on, I am going to unfold a lot of things coming by.
Thanks a lot, Shefali ma'am. So as today's session, if we go by, that we are going to look inwards to see outwards. So why this topic? Means why you have selected this topic?
I must tell you, we are so busy looking outside. We are so busy looking outside that actually we have no time to look inside us. Have you ever realized that when we want to know people, when we want to meet new people, we make that kind of effort. We put in that kind of energy. We go out of our way to connect with people over tea, coffee, lunch, dinner, because we want to know them better. Do we actually spend even this kind of time with our own self, knowing our own self? I doubt it. I don't think so, because everybody else is running in a race. We think that's exactly what we should do, and we start running a race. We don't realize that actually our race is not really with anybody else. Our race should be actually with our own self. When I was what I'm today and what I was 2 years ago, and if there is a progression, that only means I have grown. We cannot connect the dots. How do we connect the dots? We cannot connect the dots by looking in the future. We need to connect the dots by looking in the past, in the backwards zone, so that we can put these up together for a better future. And then we go forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the real reason that I chose this topic.
Okay, perfect. So I think that's a very noble initiative. Now, as a philanthropist, or as we all want to be a good person, the philanthropy is the area where everyone wants to, contribute something. And because of COVID-19, we have seen that more and more people are becoming philanthropists. So how we can, be a philanthropist to ourselves? Let's not, be outside.
I think people have this notion that, when we give, we are being something magnanimous. But actually, if you ask me, when you give, you receive.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is in terms of education, whether it is some kind of care, whether it is concern, when you give is when you receive. It is a simple formula. The problem is we are only thinking that, we are doing a big thing by giving it to somebody, but that's not the case really. And of course, this is a good time when people are actually spending time with their own selves, doing a lot of introspection, seeing where they're really going wrong. And this is a good time. This is a very good time to rewire yourself, your thought line. This is the best time. I mean, this is probably going to be the only time when we can actually start to introspect and see where we are right now, and what do you think, or what kind of change do we want in our lives to be able to give to the society in a positive fashion. Because when we give it to the society, it is definitely going to come to us.
Correct.
in a multitude kind of a fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It is not going to be limited. It is going to be magnanimous completely. And when we do something for the society, obviously, it's got a ripple effect. If we throw in positivity, there is nothing else that's going to come out. Only positivity is going to come out.
Okay. So now let me ask a question, a tricky question, which is a reverse of it. When I ask that what is in it for me, or when I ask that if loving myself is a crime, am I wrong or am I right?
Okay, because I'm a storyteller, I have to have a story. For a very long time, I used to think and wonder what it is to love your own self. When we were growing up, nobody really taught us this. Nobody told us what it is to love your own self. And when couple of years down the lane, I realized that this was a new concept for me. So I started to wonder, is it like going to a parlor? Or is it like treating myself to a nice restaurant, some kind of food? Maybe I go to a market and buy something for myself. And I realized, no, this is not loving yourself. Loving yourself is accepting yourself for who you really are. And the minute you start loving yourself, you can love everybody better. So actually loving yourself is very important. Unfortunately, we are not trained. We are not taught these little things. I learned this much, much later in my life. And my advice to many, many people out there is please love yourself. Definitely love yourself. I was diagnosed with lupus a couple of years ago. I don't know if many people know what lupus is all about. It's an autoimmune disorder. Very honestly, I really thought I was dying. I really thought so. Because there was so much pain and I was in agony, I was in depression and I didn't want to do anything. I was very sad. But the minute I realized, it took me a while, okay? It's easy to say than do. But the minute I realized that this has to change, it changed. It really did. I fought everything. And here I am, telling you that yes, love yourself is very, very, very important. And please do not ignore this, because it's very easy to love everybody else, because we're always running, loving your child, loving your parents, loving your spouse. Please find time for yourself, which is called the me time, and love yourself. Do those little things that are close to your heart. Do those things that mean to you, and actually life will become more meaningful.
Oh, great, ma'am. So now in between, I would like to do a rapid fire. Normally,
Sure.
normally just in the end of the quiz, we do a rapid fire. So here, I'll ask you a couple of questions. You are
Sure.
free to say no. I'm not, going to answer, but it's okay. So, your childhood hero.
Oops, my dad.
Okay, and your role model.
My mom.
Oh wow! So your family only. You don't want to go beyond that. Okay.
No, because that's what I keep seeing, all the time.
Okay. Other than your family, what encourages you?
I'm a very, very family person. I can tell you that. It has always been for me. My family and then very close core friends. Very close.
The
Mean a lot.
the best social service occasion which you have, enjoyed.
Okay, when I was 22 years old, and that's really long back, I organized a blood campaign where I celebrated my birthday, and the whole staff of the company along with me, we did a blood drive. So we gave like 300 people, we all gave blood to the people who needed it in the hospital. I think that was a very,
Yeah, the worst day during COVID.
Sorry?
The worst day during this situation. Worst time
During
the COVID.
Worst time? There is no worst time really. I dip and I come out. I dip and I come out.
Okay, so that's great. So probably you are facing bouncers and Google is equally well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Uh, Now, as we love ourselves, sometimes it happens that we feel pressurized by the society. So, what during your experience of this motivation or interaction, social interaction, which kind of cases you came through that a person goes through?
See, you know what happens is we are always trying to say, a lot of times we keep saying yes, yes, yes. And actually, from within, we want to say no, no. But the problem is, we are, in our minds, we are trained, we are like little trained monkeys, if you ask me. We are trained to say yes purely because we do not want to hurt somebody else. Or we don't want to, create an issue in our own relationship. When somebody is close and to you and you actually want to say no, but you say yes just to please them. So that, okay, fine, let's not have a fight over it. But actually, it's quite damaging. We end up saying yes, but when we want to say no, is actually really not good for us. Because over a period of time, when you keep doing this, it builds into your body. That's exactly what happened to me. When I read about lupus for the first time, I switched on the computer and I didn't know what lupus is. It was such a strange name. I'd never heard of something called lupus ever in my life. And I typed lupus. And the first line I remember that popped like that, I don't know from where. After that, I never saw that line. They said lupus happens to people who feel unloved. And I had tears rolling down my eyes. And I thought to myself, I said, what have I done? Why did I let this happen? Why? I mean, here today, I am sitting and thinking, oh my God, because when I saw the doctor, he said, lupus is just like cancer. I mean, it is like a dragon, if you ask me. It can be in your body and it lies dormant if it wants to. But the minute it decides to play up, it kills you. So it's not like I eat medication and I don't have lupus. That doesn't happen. So I said, where did I go wrong? And I realized this is exactly where I went wrong. I wanted to say no, but I kept saying yes.
Wow, such a wonderful.
Yeah, I want people to know this. See, when I can convince people is only when I have gone through something and I have conviction for it. These are not stories out of, like random stories that I'm sharing. They are my stories, close to my heart. That's why I can convince people, because I know exactly what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And breaking your own mental shackles is not easy, but it is not impossible.
Correct. So I think, ma'am, you are sharing your experiences, and that makes, even differentiate a coach from a motivational speaker. Sometimes it's very easy to be just a motivational speaker by reading several books, remembering the script, and then you can go on a stage with a blazer on and everything, and you can be a great motivational speaker. But to become a coach, a life coach, you need to live that life. So that is a really a different situation where you are in, and you have lived that life. Now coming back to the topic once again, looking inward. So what you suggest to our team, the Circle of Legends, how they can encash this concept of looking inwards to see outwards? What are your suggestions? What are the action items?
Most importantly, when I say look inwards, it is not a disease. A lot of times people say, oh, We'll have to take out separate time and think really like really hard. And what am I going to do? It is that little voice that speaks from within. It is that little intuition. It can be faith. It is always connecting with you all the time, but you need to listen to it. The problem is because there is so much noise from the outside world that you're not able to connect. Everybody has that voice. It's just a matter of time. Slow down. And this is a good time because somehow the whole world is on this crazy thing called a slow moving pace. But actually, I really think we needed it. We really needed it. So you introspect and realize what are things that you really want to do. And once you start making points, please make points. It's not hypothetical. It is real. When you start making points every day of your life, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. You start achieving slowly, steadily, one by one. We are not running. No, we're not running because we want to enjoy this journey. It is not like reaching a destination. You need to savor everything on your way. You need to smell the flowers. You need to see the sunshine. You need to look at the stars. Come on. Just take that time. And once you start connecting from within, you will realize there are a lot of things probably you were simply doing because you were just supposed to. And you were ignoring the ones which were so close to your heart. I'm not saying break up with everything and everybody. No. But you need to give importance to yourself. And if you won't do it, nobody else will. Only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. Only you know this is your life. And only you can dance your dance. Nobody else can do this for you. How can I? If you tell me that I have a tummy ache, can I sit there and say, I don't think so? Just because you're smiling and saying, I don't think I'm well. That doesn't mean that, I'll say, no, you look well. It doesn't work like that. So that connection is very important. The inner and the outer. The minute you will start to balance it, you will realize the difference between the two. The gap will start to narrow. And the minute that happens, you actually start living your life in the best possible manner. But it is not one-time thing that you need to try. It is a consistent process that you need to work towards, like how you breathe, like how you brush. They say motivation doesn't last forever. I agree. Neither does brushing. But we brush every day. And a lot of us, we brush twice a day. And some people even thrice.
Yeah. Agree, ma'am. So I think wonderfully explained with an action items. So I would like to pass the ball now to our team members to recollect what they have, gone through, whatever they have known, and what action item they want to carry forward in their life. Because at the Circle of Legends, we believe in taking small incremental steps to make the life lessons manipulated into a success, bigger success. With each small, yeah, please.
One little thing I'd like to say to everybody. We are actually all of us are storytellers of our life. We are the actors, the directors, the editors, the producers of our life. And we, and only we, have the power to change our story. Struggle is a part of story, but how to come out of it is also our story. We just simply have to work towards it. If the caterpillar thought, oh, my struggle is too much and I can't, we would never have butterflies in our world, would we?
Mhm. True.
So we have to go through the struggle to be something completely transformed. So please do not get scared because of the struggle. It's not that I'm saying this, it is not that I did not struggle. I struggled a lot, a hell of a lot. And it wasn't easy. Today I can say, oh, I did it all my way. No, it was not easy. And it still is not. I'm still struggling every day. When I get up in the morning, the first thing that I say, thank you. Thank you, universe. Because this universe gave me one more day. There are a lot of people who die while sleeping. So I got that one little opportunity to make this day the way I want to make it. Choice is in my hands, whether I want to do something positive and giving, or I have to do something sad. Choice is in all our hands, really. So the best is do your best bit and leave it in the universe.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. So now I think as per our format, the first 30 minutes we are taking from the speaker and getting insight from them. And now we are doing the reversal of the role. So
absolutely,
our attendees will speak about 30 to 45 seconds, and then you will give your view on it. Yeah,
sure.
So
I love it.
We will have it more interactive. I would love to give some extra points to the one who goes first. So who would like to go first with his views or his takeaways, what he has learned from Shefali ma'am today? Because we just do not want to be, tu de main le le, aisa karke, means we don't want to just take and go away. We want to implement. That is our mission.
I want to go first. Rahul
Yes, Rahul. Perfect. As usual, Rahul gets, some tap on his back as well as some 5 stars. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Shefali ma'am, I have some inputs written when you're telling. I will conclude. Childhood hero and favorite role model. You mentioned your family. That means family is everything. Like you see everything in family first because that's where we grow. And the other point which I make note of today is like whatever situation it is, you have to face it. Like nobody else will face it for you. Like you have to go through the journey, whether it is positive or negative. You have to go through it, and basically first you look into inside. Like what is that you are facing? Like look inside, find out the solution, and then come out and be inspiring to many people. And first of all, for that we have to make some points like what I want exactly I want in life. Then just remind them every day to yourself, so that you won't navigate from that position. And last one is which I liked so much is choice is in your hands, choice is in all our hands, and do your best and leave it to the rest. If your efforts are right, then God will also come back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So very well, comprehended. Probably he may not have given a chance to anyone else if he has spoken for 30 or 60 more seconds.
I know. So who is next?
Who next?
Hello.
Yes.
Good
please.
evening, ma'am. This is Neha speaking from India. Ma'am, I just loved your hello, ma'am. So, and hello everyone. So I made some wonderful notes from my point of view through your speech that you gave, the teachings that you gave us. Yeah, but this gave me a question also. The point where you said now, ki work consistently to what you want to do. Okay, that and make point of what you want to do. Ma'am, the question that I face personally, I make the point of what I want to do and I try to do consistently also. But on a particular day, I'm not able to cover all the tasks, particularly you can say that I take that demotivates me. How to keep myself motivated towards that, okay, next day it will get completed. that pressure, how to handle that pressure. Please explain that.
Neha,
Yes,
I must tell you, we're all human beings. It's okay. I may have 10 things on my list. I can only do 6 in a day. That doesn't mean I have failed.
Yes, ma'am.
It's progression. It does not matter. It's all right. You can always carry it forward. Who says that we have to do all 10 on the same day? Who says that? Why do we put that kind of pressure on our own selves? That, oh my God, I have to be the best cook. I have to be the best leader. I have to be the best speaker. I have to be the best mom, best daughter, best so many things. Why? I mean, I would not want to be a trophy child. It's so much pressure. Just be yourself. Even if you're able to do 5 things in a day out of 10, I'm telling you, you are miraculous.
Yeah, Neha, only one thing to add is like your core should be solid. So bare minimum things you should be doing, like your integrity, your honesty, that should be intact. And then you do a small gradual improvements, not drastic improvements with the stress. If you take a lot of stress, as Shefali ma'am has said, the chances of failures are higher rather than success. But if you do a gradual increment, I think you will achieve your aim without having a stress.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, so much.
Yeah, Shefali, this is Darshani, Dheeraj. Yeah, but I think someone else wants to speak, so I give them its problem.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, ma'am. My name is Bhavya Davda.
Okay. Hi,
Bhavya. Hi, Bhavya.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say that, like nowadays, we know that everyone are busy in their life, and nobody has time to spare on themselves. And as you said, that you should love yourself, and you should give time to yourself. Now that part I loved very much, and I always keep one thing in my life, that nobody can take a walk for you. You yourself have to take the walk, and you have to learn as much as possible during that journey.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah. And the best line I learned that that you said that motivation doesn't last, neither rushing. That line was very impactful. Yes, and I loved it very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhavya. Thank you. Anybody else?
Dheeraj here again. Yes, Nestor, you can go ahead.
Yes, Dheeraj.
Okay, I'll go.
Nestor, yes, please.
Yes.
Hi, Nestor.
Hi, how you doing? Thank you for your kind
I'm
words.
fine. How are you?
It was really nice. I related to it because my sister as well was diagnosed with lupus a long time ago. She fought it, and now she has been able to control it, and it's a lot better. So I definitely see your point. And what you were telling about looking inwards and to connect yourself with the outside, it really relates because it's really hard for people to look inward. When I say we, I say me, because sometimes you get stuck with the everyday life. You want to live somebody else's story instead of living your own story. You see the movies, you see great things going on social media with other people. So I think that's the pressure we put in ourselves. And sometimes we forget that we can write our own story. So we're the own masters of our own life, and we need to follow our path. The path that we're going sometimes is the lesson that we're learning. So I believe that we're learning as we're going along, and as we go along, we can actually take a lot of great things and appreciate the surroundings. Appreciate what's around you. Appreciate that you have another day, like you said. That is amazing. I really enjoyed it. I'm working on all of this life lessons and everything that makes me happier. So thank you.
Thank you, Nestor. Actually, that is true. We need to work on these things every day. That is important. a lot of times people give it a try and then they leave
जिनके
it.
पास कुछ बर्तन है जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं
That's the problem.
बाकी तो पैक है वो
Yes,
वो डब्बे
Dheeraj,
आ गए
your
ना
turn.
वो उनमें करती है
Great. So, Shefali, thank you very much for your kind words. Will you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
All right. Hi.
But
Yeah. Hi,
the
everyone.
microphone, I think, there.
Okay. So, Shefali, I can very well relate to what you said, and the best thing that I can relate to is you said each day is an opportunity for all of us to face the day with gratitude. When you get up in the morning, say thank you to universe that he has given us another opportunity to prove ourselves, to live the day the way we want. And I think it's a very amazing thing that you have shared with everyone, because I think each day is an opportunity for us to learn, to grow, and to be better version of ourselves than yesterday.
Absolutely.
And
I agree completely.
Because most of us, we tend to forget ourselves when we try to compete with others, but we forget this thing that our competition is with ourselves only. We just have to become the better version of ourselves.
That's
And and another thing, that each person has a story, and every one of us has a story with which we all can relate to, and whatever lesson that story has given you, just continue doing that and follow that in your life, so that you become the better version of yourself. So Winston Churchill has once said, success is going from failure to failure without losing success is going from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. So so I think start your day with gratitude, love yourself, and these are the beautiful treasures that God has given us in life.
Absolutely. I think we are so busy looking at the green pastures on the other side. We forget we also have a garden. Only we can just put water in that particular lawn.
True.
Why look on the other side? We have to look within us and how we are. And the minute we start looking in that dimension, everything just simply changes. It's nothing.
Yeah. And one of the students said that how we keep motivating ourselves whenever we face any challenges in life. So whenever I feel this kind of situation in my life, because sometimes you have ups and downs in your life, so I always ask myself, Dheeraj, how would you live your day? This is the only day left in your life. And that is so true, because this moment, this Saturday, this 23rd of May will never ever come back again in my life.
Manoranjan's daughter. So she will come on the screen and she will sing the same song, 2-3 lines. Yeah.
How lovely that.
Hi. Her name is Advita and she will sing the same song.
Hi, Advita. All the best.
Okay, let's start.
यो दिल से लगे उसे कह दो हाय 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 जो दिल ना लगे उसे कह दो बाय 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 आने दो दिल में आ जाने दो कह दो मुस्कुराहटो हाय 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 जाने दो दिल में आ जाने दो कह दो मुस्कुराहटो बाय 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 लव यू जिंदगी love you जिंदगी love you जिंदगी love me जिंदगी.
Very nice. So on screen she looks so big, but what is her age? What's your age, Advita?
9.
9 years old.
Beautiful. How wonderful. You have a beautiful voice and you have such a sweet face.
Yes.
For you.
Okay. So, and she is good at drawing and other arts also. So while in quarantine in US, I think she has spent her time beautifully well in so many talent and so many other activities. So she is taking a maximum out of this time. So similarly,
Lovely.
let's come back to our world of the circle of legends. And I think many of us are doing something unique or utilizing this time in a unique way, and have experienced this, that how we are using our time or efforts to look inside to see outside. So if they still have some experiences to share, platform is still open. Please come forward and express yourself.
Come on, express yourself. Don't keep it inside you. Let it go. This is the session where you have to come and tell us about what you are actually feeling. Come on.
And nobody is judging here. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Okay, so this is what we are going to make from now onwards. This is I was going to tell in beginning, but now I'm telling. A notepad and a pen is going to be a must in the next session onwards. And after the completion of the session, you have to take the picture of what are your notes and need to place it in Slack. So the complete process, you need to capture the notes, not on the computer, on the paper, take a picture, post on the Slack. So we are using Slack, we are present, we are writing everything, and we are utilizing it on Slack. So somebody else will know who has not attended the session. So let's utilize the technology up to the best.
Hi Darshan.
Hi. Yes, tell me please.
I want to share one inspiring story. Just one line.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, Shefali ma'am, I have started writing at the age of 20 years. 20 years,
Wow.
just 20 years. So I just wanted to start with my autobiography. So do you think it's an young age? Because when I said that I'm going to write an autobiography now and I'm going to prove what I am in the future, everybody laughed because how are you predicting future? Now I am saying I have completed my autobiography at 25 years of age, and now I am the youngest autobiographer in India. I'm so proudly announcing that whoever thrown stones at me, I have built a building, wonderful building, and I'm living there now.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
How fantastic is that? See, this is what it is. I mean, come on. The world cannot decide for you. You decided it for yourself. And it is quite a normal thing when you are, struggling and you are actually carving a new path for yourself. Nobody is going to say, wow, you're great. Once you have made it big, they are all your relatives and they all love you.
Mm-hmm. True. And
Thank
I
you,
think
thank you so much.
it might be possible that Rahul can achieve a little more than what he has written, or little or substantial more than what he has done. Even I have read through a couple of pages, not the complete biography. I will prefer to. But Rahul, only one advice is, before making it too much public, please keep it for a while. Ponder on it. Do analyze back and forth. Make a refined version and then publicize.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A small little advice. What I have thought from it, because otherwise many people have they haven't understood Einstein properly, or even the great scientist. They might not have a potential to understand you.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you for sharing your story, Rahul.
Thank you, Shefali ma'am. Your story is inspiring also.
True.
So sweet. Thank you so much. Actually, the inspiration can come from anywhere, and anybody can inspire anyone. So when I inspire people, I also get inspired by them. It's a fantastic feeling. If I start feeling, oh my God, I know it all, that's the end of me.
Yeah, Shivangi doesn't want to speak, but she has written in the chat that, ma'am, you inspired me so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. That is Shivangi.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivangi. I really wish you could have spoken the same, but it's all right. At least you mentioned, so that's a great thing.
Shefali ma'am, Manoranjan here. So one line I can say, we would like to see you again. So probably Darshan bhai can arrange one more session with you with one more beautiful idea or one more beautiful story.
Sure.
Anytime.
Yeah. Another announcement for all the Circle of Legends attendees, and even it goes beyond that we are going to make this 24/7 channel very soon. So don't worry. We will have slots in which even sometime I will come, sometime Dheeraj will come, sometime ma'am will come. We will continue taking the sessions, because believe me, by August or September we will have 1,000+ members. So we will not able to fit into one Zoom. Yeah. So we will need.
I must share a little piece of information for all the viewers here, that I have a little YouTube channel which I started some time back. It's called Storylines by Shefali Chopra. I keep putting little snippets in there for people to go and check it out, hear me, and get more inspired. Please go subscribe for it, and as the time will progress, I'll keep putting some more of my work in it.
Yeah. So the first target.
We all need to be inspired, so this is a good thing. So whenever you feel like it, you can go click and hear me out.
So, ma'am, the nation wants to know since how long you are on social media.
This is not going out of you. What do I do, Darshanji? Arnav Goswami. Well, nation wants to know. This is pretty recent that I started working on the social media. And I can be very honest that all the learning about Zoom and doing
Slack,
Instagram, everything I have just learned. I'm a baby at all these things, but I'm very progressive.
No,
I'm very proud of it.
But yesterday, on behalf of the Circle of Legends community, I have told you that you have 5 teachers at least, minimum, to maximum so many, as many as you want to pick. This young generation.
Thank you. I want to say thank you in advance, because I need help.
Yeah, so before I want to conclude, we wanted to express the gratitude to you that the young generation is always ready to help you on the technology front, and you help them on the motivational front. So it's mutual win-win. We will learn a lot from you. Definitely, we also have to learn as the seniors. So seniors will learn from juniors, and that is called learning by sharing.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
This is the platform which we are building. Hopefully, we will add up more and more like-minded people into this group. With every passing day, at least 10+ members are getting added, and that 10 are adding again 5 or 6 more. So we are increasing at a very rapid rate, and we would like to have many people joining with us, doing a regular session. It may be possible that we will have during the weekday session, weekend session, hourly sessions kind of thing, where a special interest groups will be formed, like a special interest group for self-development, looking inwards. But before that, concluding, I would like to have a final remark from Beatrice, if Beatrice is here, because that was my leading towards conclusion. So if Beatrice is here, I would like to have a conclusion from her.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Beatrice. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Shefali. Hi, everyone. Well, I enjoyed too much this session. This has been so inspiring, and I was thinking that all of us has our own rhythm, and sometimes we are so worried because we want to achieve the goals that we want to according to others. And I was thinking, and I have in my mind when you say it, Shefali, that who said that? You have your own rhythm. You don't have to do the same that the other, because that is other person. it's not you, and you have a different rhythm, right? So I was thinking in my personal life also, I have had well, I can say it, and I think it's part of life. I have lost three children, and sometimes you feel like guilty sometimes, because you think that you have not done completely the things that you could do, and it's at the beginning like a process. You have to accept that, but not as a part of I don't know how to explain it, but what I want to say is that it's part of life, and maybe if that wouldn't happen, I was thinking that maybe I won't be the person that I am now. So sometimes we need that things that proves that situations in life to understand, to accept that the person that I was 1 year ago, thanks to that person, now I am the person that I am now. So it's a process. Unfortunately, we sometimes can't learn that situations if we have not lived something. But I was thinking that your own process won't be the same that the other. So you have to accept that your rhythm is different, and you have to move accordingly to your own process, to your own life, to your own situations. I was thinking that, and I wrote a message in the chat box, and I was saying that life. Let me read it because I wrote it here. That life is like a rose bush. Yes, it has many colors, many smells, but it's like a rose bush. It has a lot of thorns. Yeah, but that doesn't make it lose its beauty. So it's part of life, and that is what I wanted to say.
So nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
And
that's true. It's all have our own journeys. There is no comparison, and we will grow when the time is right, but we have to make that little effort. I think that's beautiful. What a fantastic story. See, this is what a story does to the other person. My story is my story, fine. At the same time, somebody else's story can be theirs. But when we share it, it can become a manual for somebody else.
Yes.
It's a collective knowledge. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And the beauty is when you're not judgmental, the real stories really come out.
Correct.
And why should anybody be judgmental?
Why should? Yes.
Anybody.
That's again, ma'am.
It's not the right thing.
Yeah. That's again a core principle of the Circle of Legends. We are so diversified. We are not brothers or sisters of anyone else. We are not working in the same company. So we don't have any comparison. We have infinite potential to grow. Yeah. So we are growing, just growing, nothing else. So we are effortlessly going to grow, and that is going to be a very much beauty and core of this working model. So, and this is going to grow as a kind of ecosystem where we are going to make something thrive or nurture, as Beatrice has rightly said. It's like a bouquet of rose or any other flowers. We are going to grow like that, and we are going to nourish our this one ecosystem. Yeah. So I think with this we have overshooted by 5 minutes, but many of us has came 5 minutes late, so they have enjoyed 5 more minutes of the session. I'm stopping the YouTube live.